it's easier to keep her head down. She looks at you strange when you say there's hope. That's how rebellions work, don't you know? Rebel girl, they know you. It's gonna be your time.
Charlie Skywalker in the house. Dale is here as well. Hello, Rebel Girls playing. We'll play a little bit because Andrew Fantasia, he's not on camera yet. He doesn't know. He doesn't even watch this. We're gonna put us on camera now so you guys can see what Andrew's reading. He's reading his own little book, Side Scroller. How's everyone doing tonight? Monday. We are a week into The Mandalorian, and we are, I don't know, like 30-something days until the Rise of Skywalker. Just over a month until Rise of Skywalker. Mason's here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our journey through Rise of Skywalker continues going on. It's going to be a great time getting there. Andrew, how you doing?
I'd be better if I could enjoy this book in peace, James. It's a chapter...
As Andrew decides to tell me what chapter he's on, he froze because that's how things happen here. Of course, Andrew, what chapter were you on?
I was on chapter 13.
Chapter 13.
Yeah.
It's funny that we were like on for like 15 minutes, and the minute we go live, there's got to be. I rebooted my OBS, but there has to be some kind of connection problems going on between OBS and YouTube. I can see that now. Here we go. Josh is here. Josh, what up?
Hello.
We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about this one right here. So
I'm gonna open up the chat too. I don't have it open yet. The only thing I had open was my book, and now
I think you should actually like take charge of the chat because my internet's gonna obviously die out on me if we decide to do two things at once. Big week in Star Wars last week. I don't know if you know this or not, but probably the biggest week in Star Wars we've had in a while. Where you've got 2 Mandalorian episodes, which we've never had a live action series to begin with, and we got 2 of them right away. And then we get what many are referring to as the best Star Wars video game ever. You obviously didn't pick it up.
Actually, I was given a copy. So I have been playing it for the last couple days. And yes, I do agree. It is, gameplay-wise, probably the best we've ever gotten.
Okay, so you were given... I hate that you were given a copy. I think I know why you were given a copy. Do you want to tell everybody why you're given a copy? If I'm right, I might be wrong.
Because I don't want to get too much into the details of that at the moment, just in case. But I will make some more of that clear going forward.
So you don't want to say anything else?
I can talk about the game itself, which I've been digging more than I expected I would. I don't know how long the game is, but so far it's been beefy. It's been, well, beefier than what we've gotten, which isn't saying much, but it has been beefy. And I like what I've been seeing. It's definitely my kind of game. So I'm having a good time with it. I'm going to see if I can try to beat it by tomorrow, because tomorrow a little game called Shenmue 3 finally comes out.
Yeah.
So,
are you going to get an EB? Because there's like an EB exclusive there.
No, I kickstarted it, James. I kickstarted it 5 years ago. So I have been.
Did you get it right away?
Just waiting for that. Did I what?
Did you get it right away then?
No, it's still not here.
Oh, so you might get it after. If I go tomorrow, I might get it before you.
Probably, yeah.
Rural Farm Boys here.
Kickstarter would send it early, but apparently not.
Chris King's here, so we're going to talk only spoilers tonight about Shenmue 3. By the way, I gotta give a shout out. I opened this up on a live stream a few weeks ago. From Aaron Quinton sent me this. Have you read this, Andrew?
Have I read what? Let me see what you're holding up there. The book? No, I haven't read any of those.
This is a phenomenal book.
Cool.
He asked me if I read it. I had not read it either, and I've been skimming through it, just checking it out, and it is everything in here. I'm like, Disney Plus series, Disney Plus series, Disney Plus series. And look at the pages; they're like all uneven. I don't know if you
Oh wow.
It's really cool. It's like
Yeah.
Chris King just there's a delay, and Chris King just heard me say that we're doing all spoilers. Rural Farm Boy, give me them spoilers. I don't have any. I wish. Stream the game live, especially together. Laugh at each other. Okay, here's the thing. So I got Jedi Fallen Order. I pre-ordered it. I went picked it up on Friday, but I worked all day Friday, and I went to a concert Friday night. So I came home Saturday. I was like, I'm gonna play it Saturday. I slept in Saturday. Was out all day Saturday. Was out all night Saturday. We did. My in-laws go down south for the winter, so we did our Christmas on Saturday. So Sunday I woke up early, but I slept in Sunday. So I played it for about 5 minutes. I think, so there's different levels to Jedi Fallen Order. There's story mode, which is what I should have played, where I guess you can't die. Then there's Jedi Master.
I think there's Jedi Knight, Jedi Master,
Jedi Knight.
Jedi
So
Grandmaster.
Jedi Knight, which is what I played on. Then there's Jedi Master and Jedi Grandmaster. So I decided, I can't do story mode. I have to actually kill a stormtrooper or two. And I've fallen off of every single ledge possible. And then a scout trooper hit me from behind and I died. And I was like, whoa, back it up a second. What 13-year-old is playing as a scout trooper right now? So I haven't got very far. And we won't do spoilers for it because it is brand spanking. We'll do stuff about it before. Hopefully, Andrew, you get to play it, and I think you'd be the best at doing videos for it because it goes with your reviewing, and you're very harsh. You're one of the harshest critics that I know.
With video games.
Especially with video games, but also with Thrawn novels as well. I'm trying to keep.
So if they ever make a Thrawn video game, forget about it.
You're out.
The whole game is just doing math and saluting to people.
I'd watch
It's
that.
press X to salute.
Jedi Fallen Order I think is a lot of fun, but I'm really terrible at it. Erin hasn't had a chance to play yet. I'm really excited to see because I think this is up it's up her alley. Like Shenmue, I really like. Typically, those aren't my kind of games, but that's Erin was all about that, and I think she'll be all about this as well. And I like spinning the lightsaber.
When you told me that you got Erin to try Shenmue 1 and she literally went and knocked on everybody's door, that made me so happy. You guys get what it is that makes that game special.
She knocks on every single door. I got to show you a few little goodies that I got here.
Oh, hold on. Let me switch to you. I've been looking at the chat. All right.
Stop looking at other people. Okay, I got to show you some goodies. So I picked up my game, and I was like, there's no freebies? They're like, no. I'm like, well, this is the worst thing ever. So they had this little buddy here. So,
okay, yeah, Purgy. Yeah.
This is my Purge Trooper because I think Purge Troopers are the coolest looking ones. Shock Troopers still might be my number one, and then this one, Fantasia.
Blaster. Ooh.
As a Knight of Ren.
He is plain, right? Is he the guy whose hand is actually a gun, or is he just the guy holding a gun?
He's holding a gun.
So that's the guy who I named Plain.
Yeah, he's plain. It's an EB exclusive. I think this is GameStop exclusive in the States, maybe. I don't know. But they had them, so I got this. So I got both of them. And I got a discount on them. I got my gold membership discount, and then I said, hey, if I'm buying this game, you have to give me a discount.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
And they said, sir, please leave.
And they were like, oh, man. Okay. So they did that. Miles is here. Hi, you guys and gals. I'm working in the wood shop right now. Hi. Don't cut yourself in the wood shop.
Yeah.
Horizon Brave. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Heidi's here. Heidi's here. Buy Heidi's book if you're going to buy a book. Sorry.
Yeah, buy Heidi's books, guys.
I bought all three of them on paperback. They're coming. And this is the cool part, is they're coming. The delivery date is Christmas Eve, which is the exact same day I got your book last year.
That's funny.
I came home from work and there was a package and it was Andrew Fantasia's novel. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. People are in the chat right now, just having a good time. Guys, send your chat, send your questions. It's going to be a fun show. We got Andrew Fantasia here. I'm here, but I'm kind of useless for the most part because I don't know anything about Star Wars except, before we get into our topic today, there's two topics, but one I think we're going to do as an Unleashed later on because it's something that you brought to my attention and I really like it, and I just think that Unleashed is a better forum for that. But we might bring into it. But the other thing I have to talk about is the Mandalorian, because obviously everybody is obsessed with the Mandalorian. I absolutely love the Mandalorian. I know you love the Mandalorian. We're not going to spoil it though, because we know that there are a lot of people that can't watch the show, and that's what I want to talk about. Is how freaking annoying is it that people, hardcore, diehard Star Wars fans, have to watch something illegally because Disney is like, not today. Like, apparently they have a streaming service in the UK called Disney Life or something. There are platforms for them to release this show and for people to watch legally, but now they're being forced to pirate them because it's being spoiled all over social media. And today, Star Wars on Twitter and Facebook was posting pictures of the spoiler from episode 1.
I know, yeah, that's not cool. And I'm typically not, I'm kind of an advocate against the pirating stuff because, that's kind of our forte. We work in film. We like to have our work appreciated and paid for and whatnot. But at moments like this, I'm like, well, Disney, you didn't leave these people much choice. It's nobody's fault but their own. So
yeah, I don't
pirate away, UK and Australia, however, Europe. Please don't wait till March to enjoy.
They can't. It's already been ruined. Like, it's not ruined necessarily, but the minute you find out, the asset essentially, like the whole MacGuffin of the first episode. Okay, and then when you learn a little bit more about that asset, it's like, well, do you need to, I don't know. For me, it's annoying because, and look, anybody that's curious about it, we absolutely will not do any spoilers on The Mandalorian. On the main shows, it'll be after our top 5, which is at the end of the show. And any shows called Mandalorian something, just know that those shows will be talking spoilers about The Mandalorian. Right. But anything else, we're just not going to.
Yeah, there's no need to spoil, just in case. I know a lot of our fans are from the UK, so I don't want to pull a Star Wars Twitter account and ruin it for them. So it's all good. If you've seen it, you know who the asset is. You know all this stuff. You get it. We can wink at each other on camera. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin that magic for you because there's a lot of magic to be had in those 2 episodes that we got. And
they're short.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's like Rise of Skywalker is more your length, and and The Mandalorian is my length.
I wish there was a Mystery Men too. You read my mind.
Who doesn't? Okay, Heidi, I got your email. I'll read that in a second.
Fun fact before we start, because I've been teaching drama to kids, that's what I do now. And I had to write monologues for them for the winter showcase coming up in January. I literally gave one group of 3 students a scene from Mystery Men 2. From Mystery Men.
From Mystery Men 2, you got the pre-release.
I got the inside scoop. No, I literally give them a Mystery Men scene when they're sitting in the diner.
I have to say, if anyone knows anything about monologuing, it's Andrew Fantasia. I've written him for several stuff we've done, monologues about nonsense, crappy space stuff. And I don't know how you do it, man, but it is memorized and word for word what's on the script. And I'm just like, what is happening here? And I wrote it and I'm like, I can't remember that. And he comes up, he's like, and like the whole thing, I'm like, I don't know. And then he gets very depressed.
Mm. Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Misconduct's here. She's probably driving home from work.
Hello, Misconduct. Hello, Bondage Brittany. Charlie Skywalker wants him a clunky pop. I assume he's talking about that Greedo thing.
Yeah,
that
the Greedo thing. Well, okay, wait, but Bondage Brittany brings up a valid point. If anyone is following Star Wars on YouTube or whatnot, and they see the asset, they're claiming that might make them want to see this even more. So that's the Robert Zemeckis approach, which is why in Robert Zemeckis movies he gives away the entire plot and the ending to things because he believes. Now, I'm not even joking. He believes the more you show them in a trailer, the more people will want to watch it, and his movies do quite well for the most part.
And I agree, Bondage Brittany. You're right. That is something that's like, wow, I need to see where this is going. But there's that magical slice of time, and it's a very thin slice of time, but it does exist, where you're watching that first episode for the first time, and you see the Mandalorian come into contact with his target, and you get the music, you get the visual, and you get that final shot. And there's just something special about that. And if you know beforehand what the asset looks like and who it is, it takes that slice of magic away from you. yes, it makes you curious about more, but you miss out on that little piece of magic pie that everybody else got to experience. So I wouldn't want to deny anybody that pie. That's just how I feel.
Misconduct's not feeling well. We hope you feel better, Misconduct. Yes. But, okay, before we saw that asset at the very end of the middle or the beginning of the first episode of Mandalorian, did you have any inkling as to it being that?
Not in the slightest. No. I had no idea what to think. I was expecting something within the realms of what we had heard about the show itself. I wasn't expecting something sort of so outside of it.
I think I didn't ever tell me the odds that it was going to be baby Ben Solo or something at one point. And the 50-year-old threw me off, and then I was like, "Oh, it's a baby. Is it Ben Solo?" And then right before the big reveal, I thought the reveal was done genius, the way that they pulled it off, the way that they, and Dave Filoni directed it, and I thought that reveal was done so perfectly. So they're all laughing at Bondage Brittany and hearing us say the name Bondage Brittany, and now Bondage Brittany is saying you can't just say Brittany. Michael's here. 2med2's here. We got a cool chat going on. Oh, smash the like button. Smash it.
Smash it with your fist.
With your fist. All right. This is the Unleashed that I want to do. We'll talk about this briefly, and then we'll get into the Kylo Ren redemption story, which you're not a fan of, but it's definitely happening. C-3PO. We'll talk about this in Unleashed. We'll go big on this one. But C-3PO, Andrew, just explain a little bit how what you showed me, because it's feeling like he is going to be more and more possibly the key to the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, definitely. So you all know I love me some visual dictionaries. I'm still crossing my fingers that we get one for Mando when Mando's all said and done. But I was reading the visual dictionary that came out last year, and it's the one that's sort of it consolidated everything. So it's episodes 1 all the way through to The Last Jedi. It's 8 movies, and they even sprinkle in some Rogue One and Solo, but they don't go crazy in depth with that. It's mostly the saga films. So this was a newer thing. Like I said, it came out last year, so it's fairly recent canon. And I took a snapshot of the page for C-3PO, particularly the page of C-3PO in The Phantom Menace. And I sent that snapshot to James, and I'm like, "James, look!" And he's like, "Why are you sending me this at 3 a.m.? Please stop." And then the next morning, cooler heads prevailed, and I showed it to him again. And essentially what the page is saying, I'm not going to read you this whole paragraph here, but it's implying that the whole issue people have with Anakin building C-3PO, I get it. A lot of people don't like that. Makes the universe smaller, so on and so forth. And a lot of people have brought up the good point, saying if Anakin is an imaginative little boy, why would he build a droid that looks exactly like the protocol droids that come off the assembly line? It looks like it was made by the Cybot Galactica Corporation, which is who makes protocol droids. Well, here, 'tis explained in a very interesting way. Young Anakin Skywalker finds C-3PO's key components discarded as junk and sets about rebuilding him. C-3PO was originally manufactured by Cybot Galactica, and he retains many of his original components and memories. So,
wait, just quickly, which visual dictionary and which page? That's what 2med2 is asking.
Unfortunately, 2med2, you know what? If you give me like 30 seconds, I can literally run and go get it.
You can go. I'm just going to talk about, I love The Mandalorian, but I will say this. I also love everything I've seen from The Rise of Skywalker. And I'm not joking. Last week was such a cool time to be a Star Wars fan. And now we're going into, we have The Mandalorian every single week leading up to The Rise of Skywalker. We're going to get to play Jedi Fallen Order until The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Resistance is going on. Visual dictionaries. We got a contest going on for all of our Patreon supporters. The Art of Rise of Skywalker is going to be a contest for everybody. But also, this one hasn't been announced yet, but also a Patreon is going to win the visual guide to The Rise of Skywalker as well. So we're going to give both of those away to a lucky Patreon or 2. Because you know what? Your name is going to be in both draws because I don't care. Anybody can win. Anybody can win. This isn't a legal contest. This is just us doing it for our friends. So it's just something we could do. So that's me killing time. Andrew's back now. Andrew, I'm going to take a breath. Go for it.
All right, it's this one right here. This is the one. Like I said, this is from last year, so it's very recent. It's got the like the sort of new font that the new ones have. You can see there they use that. Well, this is very heavy. They use that new, nice, shiny, bold font. The older ones had kind of like a more subdued font. And like I said, it goes all the way to Last Jedi. But the C-3PO thing that you want, my friends, is on page 80. It's one of those big pages that's vertical like this. Page 80. That's where you'll find it. So look at that. Tell me if you think I'm crazy, but that could go either way. That could either be just like Pablo and Leland and all those folks just saying like, yeah, let's tidy up this weird little thing George did and make some fans happy. Or it could mean a whole other ball game. But either way, it does mean, James, and this is going to get you excited, he has had adventures before Anakin, which may or may not mean a Droids cartoon reboot in our very near future. Yes, no?
Yeah, that's the part that I'm curious about, is if they've thought that far. I do think that this is a pickup by the story group. That's what I do actually kind of think of that. I don't think this was George. Well, maybe George Lucas thought of that later on. Adventures. I like to think that he was like, he was damaged right from the get-go and just kind of tossed aside, and that's how he was found. Like, he was never actually used until Anakin. But the one thing that I want that I find cool about all of this, and we'll talk about this on that Unleashed later on, is the idea that if 3PO is a necessity to ending Palpatine's reign, then the Force has done its job, and this has all come full circle. Because yeah, it's all like everyone's always like, oh, it's so coincidental and so small that Anakin built 3PO. But now when you look at it, you say, okay, he built 3PO, but he built it because the Force needed him to create 3PO so that 30, 60, 50 years later, that droid that he built can be there to defeat CVP. That's what I like about it. Charlie Skywalker wants us to pick him in the Patreon draw. Well,
Ooh.
Your name's in it, so
Your name is in it, Charlie.
maybe you will. Anyway, that's what I like about that theory, Fantasia.
Well, picture this, James. Picture 3 years from now. No, maybe that's too long. Picture a year and a half from now, right? Pablo Hidalgo or whoever announces, hey, coming to Disney Plus, Droids, a cartoon, a new one, a canon one, C-3PO. Doesn't have R2, but he has some other new droid friend before episode 1, and the series ends with him being junked on Tatooine. Did you win?
The minute you said droids, I'm in.
Yeah.
Have you? But you haven't watched the Droids animated series yet.
I haven't, but I know a lot about it from the reference books. I know they go to a place called the Great Heap, which is also like a garbage thing, but it's also, I think, alive. You told me about Kylo Ren. I know that there's some racing that goes on there. There's, I think, this planet that's like metal or something. It's like a planet that's made of like synthetic parts or something. I remember all the books would talk about droids a lot.
Miss Connick says, do you think we'll see any Sega characters in the Mando show? Sega characters. I can't see this far. In the Mando TV show, Janes and Andrew, I'm taking offense to you calling me Janes and Andrew. They already mentioned the smuggler they had a bounty on, aka Han Solo. Ooh.
I think misconduct. I don't know if I heard this somewhere over the past year, but if it's not true and it's a rumor, I would like it to be real. I think it's very, very plausible to get Bosk in there. I would love to see Bosk again.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything like that. Well, this is... Oh, I almost just spoiled it. I'm not going to say anything. You know what, Miss? We're going to talk... We'll talk about misconduct. Save that for a Mandalorian show. For our UK friends. And other friends that can't watch it.
Yeah.
Make a clickbait not take video called Fallen
Hot
Order
take.
is... No. What?
It's a hot take video.
Did I say not take? I can't see this far. And there's a bright light in my eyes, too. Complete garbage. And put clips of you falling many times and say it sucks because there's no railings. But otherwise,
no railings.
And that, of course, is from our good friend Bondage Brittany, Winnipeg's own Bondage Brittany. Pablo Hidalgo, also a Winnipeg native. So,
that's right.
Tell us what the weather's like over there in Winnipeg, because it's. I'll tell you,
it can't be any colder and damper and more miserable than it is right here.
It's raining where you are. It's for me. It's just been cold. But on Sunday, I went for a walk with my dog, and it was -12, and I was like, "This is not fun. This is not big fun." And -12, I don't know what that is in American, but in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
But it's their Fahrenheit. We're Celsius. Is that how it goes? How does it go?
They're Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. I don't even know what temperature we use. Fallen order is just falling down. It's falling order. That's what it is. I am the worst at it. All right, let's get into our topic today. And if we had like animation, we could topic today.
Why don't we have an animation? I quit.
If you animate it, I'll use it.
All right.
Our topic today is brought to you by nobody. Kylo Ren's Redemption. It's happening.
Wait, is it brought to us by Daisy?
Daisy Ridley. Actually, she kind of did. I think this was on Entertainment Tonight or E! Online or Entertainment Weekly or it's on Entertainment somewhere. It's being reported everywhere now. But she used 4 words to describe Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
I am wearing glasses, but they're 4 years old, so my prescription has changed. Misconduct. 4 words Daisy Ridley used to describe the rise of Skywalker. She said, and Andrew, I want to know what your thoughts are on each one of these words before we get into Redemption. Dark, scary, sad, and joyful.
She described my Christmas last year. I think they all speak for themselves. I definitely dark and scary. I got from that trailer, man. Every time they're on that planet where there's like the lightning, like where she's standing, where Sheev is in the throne and he's coming at her. Every time they show that planet, I'm like, this is freaky, man. This looks like when you're playing like a scary video game and you get to the last boss and you're standing in like this big dark room. So dark and scary, totally. More of the last two, sweet and cuddly. What did she say?
The last two were sweet and cuddly. Sad and joyful.
Oh, yeah. This is everything a final chapter should be. I'm so glad that she chose those words.
But like, does anything come to mind when you hear them?
When I hear scary, this is just because it's where my mind goes because it's what I want. But I think of Palpatine Force Ghost, man. I think of like he's doing some freaky stuff to them. You remember that thing in the Force Awakens art book where there was originally going to be like a dark Force Ghost or something? I don't know if they were haunting Luke or whatever, but like I'm just picturing that, man. Like he's at the end of a corridor and like you see him for a second and then like Rey turns around and he's not there, but it's like you just hear like the like I'm totally on board for that.
I'm just answering what a Celsius is. It's a fake weather reading.
It is. It is a fake weather reading.
You know what's annoying? When you go from kilometers here in good old Canada to miles in the state, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm driving anymore. I've lost. And then the cop pulls you over at 3 a.m, and you're like, I don't know, I'm going 125 kilometers. And they're like, how many miles? I'm like, 85. That's only happened twice to me. What did we want in animation again before? Our like show, like main topic. That's from main topic. Yeah. So what I'm taking from this is dark, scary, sad, and joyful. I think all of those make a lot of sense. But the one that caught my attention, of course, was joyful, and she ended it with joyful. Yeah. And that's what I took more from the order in which she says this than what she's saying. She ends it on joyful, which is I think what everybody is hoping this movie ends on. We kind of all want that positive ending, because if you're going to wrap something up, don't wrap it up on a downer, which they might do, but we all kind of want that joyful ending. But how do you get a joyful ending?
You don't hire the Coen brothers.
No. I think to get it though, I think something positive has to come out of Kylo Ren. And I think And the other thing, too, is you have to look at who's saying this. It is Daisy Ridley. She is Rey Skywalker. She's Rey though. She's Rey, and her universe in this saga so far has revolved around Finn for a portion of time, but then and Han obviously, but then it shifted to Luke, but the crux of it all has been Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren has been who she's been drawn to this entire time, and so that's where my mind completely went, was right to joyful Daisy Ridley's perspective on it. Joyful, blah 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 blah. Okay, so he's gonna do some stuff, but then at the end, we need that happy ending. We need, that blue Kylo Ren Ben Solo lightsaber. We need him saying, some kind of positivity between him. Now, I'm not saying, look, as far as the redemption goes, I don't know if he'll ever be a complete good guy. I don't know if Anakin was ever a complete good guy after he transitioned into Vader. But I think that it's very likely that where the Praetorian Guard fight, she came to his defense. This time around, he'll come to her defense. Kellen, I think it's Kellen, just said, not Skywalker. I was joking. The delay's never going to catch up to that comment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Hit the like button.
I still stand by what I said months and months and months ago, which is that an ambiguous ending regarding Kylo's side is infinitely more interesting than a clear one. I'll take that any day of the week. Don't tell me where his heart lies at the moment the story ends. Make me think about it.
But so you're saying he's still going to be alive at the end?
Whether or not he is. Just let me think about where his final moments lie, and let me theorize and come up with speculation and debate with other people and look it over, and whether or not the writers even have an answer, who knows, but let me figure that out on my own. Don't tell me.
But if we ask making Star Wars, we'll know the answer to everything. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that. I love making Star Wars, respect the hell out of them, but can't go there. Can't do it. I just can't. I can't even go over to the Den Nerds anymore. I'm like, Josh!
Yeah.
I can't watch your videos. He's like, come on and let's talk about it. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know any spoilers. So then we came up with like one topic, and we're struggling to come up with more. I'm like, I don't want to know. And then every once in a while, I'm like, does this happen? And he goes, if I tell you, you'll know. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So
you guys were just talking about Babu Frick's hat.
But seriously, Babu Frick is my first favorite. By the way, look, there's a snowman in front of me right now. I don't.
Well, hold on, I gotta switch over. Oh, there we go.
Aaron's getting all the Christmas stuff out, so I've got the snowman chilling with me.
Is that a cookie jar?
It's like 3 layers though, so you get like.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
It just comes apart. It's like a Russian doll, but a snowman. It's pretty awesome.
You can hide money in that.
Don't tell people where I keep my money, Andrew. But I think, look, it keeps going back to Star Wars Celebration. J.J. Abrams saying, 2 sides coming together to face a bigger threat. He told us what's going to happen in this movie the minute before we saw the trailer. Then we saw the trailer and we're like, oh, so the bigger threat is Sheevy.
Unless it's Rey is a huge threat, so Palpatine and Kylo have to team up to stop her. From their point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Let's talk about Babu Frick's hat. See, I gotta ask you about this. So, the marketing for Rise of Skywalker has been Kylo Ren and Rey. Nobody knows me, but I do. Oh, wait, that's not my part. But I do.
There we go. There he is.
Oh yeah, Wednesday is our final Star Wars Rise of Skywalker prediction show. The final one.
Oh, that's right. It's going up on Wednesday.
Patreon can watch it right now. Everybody else, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's me, Andrew, Heidi, executive producer Heidi, and Robin vote from the Brick City blockade, and Andrew quizzes us on what we think is going to happen in this movie, and the results they speak for themselves. I think what we say speaks for themselves.
They do. Can I ask the chat one sneak peek question from the show and see what their answers are right now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. You keep them busy. I'm going to find a good question.
Okay. Well, actually, while you're doing that, I'll ask the chat, do you guys want... There's a delay, so by the time you're asking questions, I'm going to have this... Everybody in the chat, so we've obviously recorded this prediction show, the quiz show, whatever we want to call it. But would you guys like us to do a live chat during it, 7 p.m. Wednesday? Because it's literally just Andrew asking us questions, and the four of us answer, honestly or jokingly, we give an opinion on what we think is going to be. Heidi's in the chat right now. She can give it was genius. Your Perkins answer was genius, but she could speak to it. If you guys want us to do a live chat for it, I can set it up to premiere at 7 p.m. Wednesday night, and we will have a live chat, and we can all talk to each other and give it that way. Or I could just put it up. You guys let me know what you want, because really, the reason why we do everything here is so we can all have Star Wars conversations and have a good time. And if you'd have a better time with a live chat, let's do it. Stan Solo's in the house. Morning, guys.
Hello,
when is
Stan.
the next time you think we'll see Darth Maul in live action?
I think we'll see him sooner rather than later. I'm typing that as we speak.
I'm thinking 2 years.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
2 years.
He might run... I can picture a world where Cassian Andor is dealing with some criminals in his series, and some of those criminals happen to be Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, you got that question ready yet?
I have the question ready. Okay, here we go, guys. Here's a sneak peek question from our episode 9 predictions episode. Guys, how many different lightsaber colors will we see in the new movie? That song's probably copyrighted. I should stop.
All right, so there's a delay, so we'll wait on this one. But again, guys, if you want that live chat during the show, let me know. Let us know right now. If you don't, I'll only cry a little bit. So when do you think the spoiler alert plush doll will be released? Hot selling item. Honestly, I want one right now. I want to watch a Christmas special stop motion with that character in a Santa hat for 45 minutes. Just walking around.
Mr. Green Christmas.
Totally would be that way. Every time I see the thing on the screen, I'm like, I want Rankin and Bass to make this into a special. That's what I want every single time. Oh man. Okay, I can't. No more.
Our answers are coming in, and I love the answer from Kayla Loves Suntaker because they say one.
How come I can't see it? Where's
one color?
There's Kayla. Oh,
yeah, just one color.
Patreon Kayla says one. But we know there are two of them. I want her to explain one.
Yeah, elaborate, Kayla. I'd love to know. I want to know where we're going with this. That would be amazing.
Everyone's going 3 or 4, except for Kayla. Kayla's just one.
Yeah.
That red is going to turn blue in a heartbeat. I think that's where she's going with that one.
So people who are saying 4, I'm assuming you are saying blue, red, green, and purple. Purple, perhaps.
2 from Rural Farm Boy. I think he's going red and blue. Yeah, purple seems like a color. I think it's just blue and red. Look, the artwork to me tells me it's just going to be blue and red. What did I say? No, we won't say what I said because I'm wrong. Because I think I think every time I answered, I contradict my answer.
I will say this though. I found this interesting. When I got my copy of Jedi Fallen Order, it had like bonus sort of like material, stuff like you pre-order material and you get bonus stuff. And one of the bonuses. This isn't a spoiler, but if you don't want to know anything about Fallen Order, just mute me right now. But one of the bonuses was an orange kyber crystal for your lightsaber.
Yeah, I got that too. Do you have it for Xbox?
Yes.
I knew it. I know why you got it, you son of a...
Ooh, I like this. Gleek Play 1 says 5 colors, red, green, blue, white, and purple. White would be awesome.
White intrigues me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be the newest member of the Rebel Scum cast. Oh, wait, that's not the question. Charlie, you are an honorary member of the Rebel Scum podcast. I just feel like that's the magic number. That's what Kayla says. 1 is the magic number. But so all kidding aside, the reality is that red kyber crystal, maybe Ben heals it. We know from the Ahsoka novel and the Vader comic that red kyber crystals can be healed. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe that kind of would be kind of cool to see if a red one turns white. We've never seen that. That's like Gandalf the white, like something like that. It could be iconic in Star Wars. Yeah. Charlie's saying 4 colors: blue, red, green, and yellow. Yeah. I also love the I love every color. I like the yellow or orange idea because it's so rare.
Yeah, I remember when Knights of the Old Republic came out and Bastila, one of the main characters, had a double-bladed yellow saber. I just went wild for that. I was like, that looks so cool, man. Where are they hiding all these funky colors? Why are they not in the movies? And I understand that, that's probably the one place where the sequels had some restraint with lightsabers was in the color scheme. But I do hope we see different colors in the future in canon. We got the yellow and white from Ahsoka, which has been nice. We got the Darksaber, which has been nice. So they're on the right track. And yes, Chris King, that Darksaber, if it doesn't show up in Mandalorian, they missed an opportunity.
See, I think unless there's a lot of Force users at the end of Rise of Skywalker, which I just don't see them going that direction. At this point, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. At this point, though, I don't think they're going to go that route. I think the Darksaber is way more likely in Mandalorian than in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. Now, if they decide to get a whole, Jedi army coming out, then all bets are off, and we'll see every color. They have kind of shown a lot of restraint with that. But I think that there's something. I think a lot of that though comes back to the original trilogy, how there was really only 2 lightsabers in the original trilogy, and they kind of wanted to harken back to that, whereas the prequels, everybody and their dog had one.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I'm cool with everybody having a lightsaber, but I also, the sequel trilogy, I'm somebody, and I don't know if I've ever said this or not, but it's never actually bothered me or dawned on me how little lightsaber use there has been in these movies.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Like, it's never, it's always after when someone's like, well, they didn't even use it. I'm like, they didn't? And I'm like, oh yeah, the Praetorian Guards didn't use it. The only thing that's ever stood out to me in regards to the lightsabers in these films is, and I've said this since I think day one, is I haven't found the sound effects of the lightsaber to be as capturing as the original trilogy. I think they're a little more digital and bassy than they were back 40 some odd years ago. I think they were more organic sounding back then. And that's just the nature of the beast, as you would say. So that's the only thing that I ever noticed with it. When Finn first turns it on in The Force Awakens, spoilers, when he first turns on The Force Awakens, the sound, it kind of let me down a little bit. The sound, I know it's a stupid thing to say, but the sound design just wasn't as iconic as the zing. It was a lot more bassy, and I wasn't sure if it was the sound in the theater, because our theaters, the sounds there have improved astronomically over my television set, or not. But it was definitely, you get new sound designers in there, and they do their own thing, and that's all that is. But the fact that 2 sabers never clashed in Last Jedi didn't dawn on me until I think somebody said it to me, or I saw it on some review of somebody like, this movie's terrible, no lightsaber fights. And I was like, well, wasn't there? And like Force Awakens, I never even thought of it. Like, lightsabers are iconic, and they are a huge part of Star Wars, and they're part of what makes Star Wars Star Wars. But I think they're more like an underlying current of it in a lot of ways. And the fact that it was there and you knew it was coming in The Force Awakens, like you knew it was there, you knew it was coming. So it never took away. The Mandalorian doesn't have one, and I'm still like, I'm not sad that I haven't seen one yet. I feel like we probably will at some point, but it doesn't bother me. Solo, it never bothered me. And then at the end when Maul turned it on, it was like, oh yeah, there's lightsabers. I forgot. But so yeah, that's all I'm going to say about lightsabers. But I hope we get. I can't remember what my answer was, but I feel like right now we're going to get 2 blue and red, because that's all they've been marketing.
Yeah, and they're even not only has that been all their marketing, but the posters and everything, the color scheme of this movie is blue and red. Like in the same way that The Last Jedi was red and white, this is very, very blue and red. I'm trying to find. There was something very funny that I wanted to show everybody, just in case they hadn't seen it. But now I can't find it, and you know how it works, right? You know how that always works. But yeah, I think it's gone. But there's this great little meme, I guess. Not even really a meme, but this little image of like it makes you think it's bashing The Last Jedi, but then it says something else.
You're bashing The Last Jedi? Andrew's bashing The Last Jedi!
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Tell us why you hate The Last... Is it still your number one on your ranking Star Wars?
I don't know. I haven't ranked them in my head for a long time.
Well, just so Patreon, no, we do our ranking Star Wars every January 1st. So the minute we all see The Last Jedi, Return of the Rise... What the hell is this called? The Rise of Skywalker. The minute we see Rise of Skywalker, a.k.a. Last Jedi Part 2, I will be asking all of our Patreon subscribers to send in their ranking. Is it 10 movies? Will it be 10 or 11? All 11 films of the Skywalker saga, and we'll put them in a list. And it's always fun to do it because what we do is if Andrew puts, let's say, Last Jedi first, and I have it, let's say, fifth, I add the points up, so one will get more points than the last one. So if there's 20 of us, it'll be like the most definitive ranking list of all time, and it's a lot of fun. And we got that. What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't find this now, and I saw it like 3 times before, and now I can't find it.
So Miss Kynex in Rey Kenobi land. Mm-hmm. I guess that ship hasn't sailed. That's a plausibility. I know that she sent a video to Aaron Quinton, and I watched that video, so I know exactly what she's talking about. There's 12 films. Are you counting the Clone Wars animated film? I guess, but that's just going to rank last on everybody's, except for Aaron Quinton's. Good on him. Actually, you and I are the only ones that never have Attack of the Clones last, so...
Yeah, Attack of the Clones is never last.
I'm putting it number one this year just to screw with the system.
Then I'll do the same. We'll show that system who's boss. Here's something that I know I'm gonna do, and I want to know if you guys are gonna do it as well. But once I'm able to, I'm gonna watch all the Mandalorians in one sitting, like it's one movie. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna do that too?
Am I gonna do that?
Because it's gonna be 4 hours probably.
Have you met me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I'm going to do that?
Nope. But I wanted to because it's The Mandalorian.
That's okay. Clone Wars film counts as Royal Farm Boy. Maybe we'll change that this year. Am I going to do that, Andrew? I don't know. That's kind of there.
And are you guys in the chat going to do that?
Huh? Oh, the chat, they're all going to do it. 13 if you count the holiday special. Okay, now there's too many movies to count. The criteria is live action, directed by George Lucas. There's 4 of them. That's it. I don't know. Honestly, Andrew, I don't know if I'd do that. I would watch them all. I've watched the first one 3 or 4 times. I've watched the second one 2 or 3 times. I personally like the second episode better than the first, for what it's worth. And I don't know if I did
You've already done a lot of rewatching. I don't want to rewatch until I can.
I've told you what I've watched on Disney Plus. I've watched The Mandalorian multiple times, Pluto's First Christmas, Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck, Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, and I feel like I watched something else. What else did I watch? Imagineering, the Imagineering documentary, which was like a 2-hour show, and I was like, I fell asleep because I'm too old.
I watched Sleepy Hollow last night.
See, I would have, but I watched it last week on DVD. So good, man. With a hit and a clippity clop. By the way, no one is talking about Oliver and Company. Like,
love that.
It's cool that Gargoyles was trending and all that stuff, but somebody got Oliver and Company trending because we need more Billy Joel and Bette Midler and Cheech Marin in our lives.
Take a moment and reflect on what was just said out loud, because I can't believe we live in a world now where this is a thing, James. You literally just said, it's cool that Gargoyles is trending, but... And yes, Chris King, I did watch the Jeff Goldblum show as well, and it is something else, let me tell you. It's something else.
I did not watch Jeff Goldblum, but that's all I've watched. I haven't really... you know.
Oh, and Big Business. If you guys want a good comedy movie on Disney Plus, watch Big Business. There's another Bette Midler for you. She's everywhere.
You know what's funny? I woke up, I think this morning, I was like, I'll watch something on Disney Plus. I was like, eh.
Wow.
So what did I do instead? The hell did I do? I think I just hung out with my rabbit. It was pretty sad. I don't know. I was all excited, like, I'm gonna watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and then I was like,
watch the new DuckTales, man. I told you it's
Is it on the new DuckTales is on there? For sure.
I'm pretty sure it's
Resistance
on there.
is on there. I haven't watched. Actually, I've been watching a lot of Clone Wars. So we're gonna record Clone Wars this week, right? Cloning
Yes,
around?
we are.
Yeah.
I think I think I have it here. You told me Sunday the 24th we'll record.
Oh, I thought we were doing it on Friday.
Oh, okay. We can do it on Friday.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids today. All three Honey, I Shrunk the Kids are on there. Honey, I Threw Up the Kid. Honey, I threw up
the kid.
I blew up. They're all three of them are on there, but the first one is awesome. It was used to be on Netflix a few years ago, and Erin and I were on vacation somewhere, and I turned it on my iPad, and she was like, "What?" And we watched the entire thing because it is awesome.
I hope it was your honeymoon.
The Imagineering documentary was awesome. It just took me 2 days to watch it. I got home late though. It was Friday night after a concert. Like I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait, no, it was Tuesday night after work. I wasn't that late. Ben Solo is gonna get redeemed 100%. I think that's a fact. I don't know. I know that this is like a hot topic. I don't think it's a hot topic. And the reason why I don't think it's a hot topic is because if it happens, it's going to happen for a reason. But I do agree with you, Andrew, and Misconduct wants this as well. I think it's going to be somewhat vague. It won't be a total... Yeah. It won't be like, guys, I'm a good guy now. I'm a good guy. He's going to have guilt. He's going to be guilt-ridden, I think. Which we never... Like, it's going to be... I'm like... I think... It's my Schwarzenegger podcast.
Mary Warren, whoever told you Willow's on Disney Plus, is absolutely right, and I can't wait because I've never seen it yet.
The Willow TV series is also coming.
That's right.
If you're leaving and you haven't hit the smash the like button, smash it. Willow is there. There's a lot of cool classics there. We'll talk about that on our streaming show when we talk about all our favorite shows that we don't watch on Netflix anymore. I think Ben, though, we're going to see something different. Part of me thinks he's going to die, but then the other part that thinks he's not going to die is because they're going to give him something that Anakin never got, and that is that guilt that goes with the crimes that he committed when he went dark.
Yeah. But that guilt, to me, it's still not as interesting as an ambiguous ending for him. Still not. Because the guilt is something that kind of takes time, I feel, and unless he turns in like minute 5 of this movie, there's no time for that.
Okay, you're wrong.
On the desert plain, have blown away, only you remain. I walk with you on the shifting sands, we're nowhere near where we began.
Hello?
Internet died, apparently. So it's time to wrap things up, Fantasia. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Andrew?
Yep, hello?
It's been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun.
We're going to wrap it up. Any final thoughts for us tonight?
I think that Miss Ray is going to have her work cut out for her in this movie. It's going to be dark. It's going to be scary. It's going to be sad, and it's going to be joyful. But most importantly, it's going to be Star Wars. So that's what's important. I love those 4 words she chose. I think she hit the nail on the head, and it really feels like you said, James, that she's speaking chronologically.
I hope she hit the nail on the head because she's in this movie and knows what's happening, and we don't. So, who are we to say whether or not she did it? But I have, like I've said, there are people that have said they're more excited for The Mandalorian, or, oh, The Mandalorian's better than the sequel trilogy, and this and that, and that's fine, I guess. But for me, I'm going to enjoy both of them because it's all Star Wars, and I don't care.
Exactly.
I love it, and I was listening to the Mandalorian soundtrack on my way home, and I absolutely loved that soundtrack. It sounded like an old spaghetti western, but every once in a while Star Wars would creep in, and I thought that was a really cool use of music.
Yes, and actually, to that point, Fallen Order's soundtrack is phenomenal. I don't know who did it. It's the best John Williams that I have ever heard come out of the baton of somebody who is not John Williams.
Yeah, it's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for our show today. Guys, quickly though, let me know in the comments. I can't see the comments anymore. It's shocking. Let me know in the comments quickly, should we put up a live chat during Wednesday night's prediction show? Just give me a yes or no in the comments quickly. I heart Star Wars. Honestly, everything we've gotten, says Mary Warren. Awesome, Mary. Bye, guys. Glad I got to hang this time. Me too, Miss Conrad. It's always fun having you on. We got to do another video soon because that last one was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
It was, yeah.
And we're going to go to the 2Med2 channel. It's Michael's channel. Go over there. He's going to be doing a live stream at 8:30 in half an hour. Go check it out. That's going to be awesome. Mary Warren says yes. Farm Boy 2Med2. They all say.
Yeah. Josh Nerd Price says yes.
Yeah. So, but
Finn Rod
I think
says
he's already
yes.
seen it.
Yep,
okay. Yeah. Okay. We're going to be doing. Yeah, we're going to join 2Med2 at 8:30 p.m. I just wrote that down. I like that they blocked that. I had to approve that message.
Wow, yeah.
Like that's the worst thing that could be written on YouTube.
I know, right?
Somebody saying, join my channel. Like, yeah. Oh, God. Chill out, YouTube. Chill out. All right, thank you, Mr. Rez. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll do... we'll put on the live chat for the prediction show so we can all share our predictions at the exact same time on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, I guess, may the force of others be with you.
Often.